Question Your World, created by the Science Museum of Virginia.
Whether you do it consciously or unconsciously, when you have an itch, you scratch it. Sometimes we respond with a few quick momentary scratches, while other times these itchy sensations can make us scratch so much that we damage our skin. But why do humans itch in the first place? A team of researchers recently explored the kind of itching associated with a common skin condition called eczema. Scientists observed the many ways an itch sensation can be felt to better understand why it happens. Using a process of elimination, researchers were able to narrow down some of our itching sensations to a special enzyme made by a type of bacterium, Staphylococcus aureus. This bacteria is common on skin and nothing to be afraid of. In fact, humans normally have trillions, yes, trillions, of microorganisms living with, on, and in us at all times. Our bodies are home to about 38 trillion bacteria, outnumbering the amount of cells in our own body. Again, nothing to worry about. They serve lots of helpful purposes like neutralizing toxins, breaking down food, boosting immune support, and beyond. However, some of these bacterium can also help create other sensations along the way, like itchy skin. Our skin has different kinds of receptors, so we can feel things like heat, cold, and textures. These receptors react to input by sending signals to our brain to interpret a sensation. In this study, researchers observed that when Staphylococcus aureus produces and releases an enzyme called V8, it activates a receptor in our skin called PAR1. PAR1 then sends this information through our sensory nerves to the brain. The brain then sends information back through motor nerves saying, "Hey, scratch me over here already." Interestingly, scientists had already studied PAR1 for an anti-blood clotting drug called Vorapaxar. The Food and Drug Administration approved that drug to block PAR1. So the researchers tested it on mice with itchy skin. The results? The mice stopped itching. More testing and research is needed to see if this drug could be used for humans with severe itching problems. The conclusions also raise more questions like, why did this bacterium evolve to do this in the first place? Science will continue to shed more light on the relationship between the world and our bodies. In the meantime, this report is helping us better understand a few variables involved in a very common human sensation. Stay tuned for more. We're just beginning to scratch the surface on this itchy situation.
For more information, please visit smv.org.